Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. Sit back, relax, enjoy. The only place you need to be for the next 45 minutes or so is right here with us on the Brilliant Dumb Show. And when I say us, we're going to be heading over to Jersey Jerry. But first things first, I got to tell you, we got our guy here, CEO, Action Park Media, Kevin Connolly. Connolly, it's nice to be able to kind of just roll you out for the podcast. You were just sitting here talking. I said, Connolly, come mic up.
I'm in the bullpen.
It's a great piece to have out of the bullpen.
Yeah, you call the number. If I'm warm and ready to go, here I am.
And I don't want to pump your tires too much, but it's nice. Not many people get to have Kevin Connolly coming out of the bullpen.
Out of the bullpen, right.
Yeah.
You could argue I'm your game one starter in the playoffs.
Well, I think that's getting a little ahead. I mean, you can't
top two. I'm game one or two.
You can't go bullpen to starter like that.
Yeah,
I mean, shit. That's a little bit of a process right there.
Depends.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get to touch on it last week because we had the announcement that we were moving over with Kevin Connolly to Action Park Media. So we didn't really get to touch on where I was wrong, where I was right with the Super Bowl prop bets. It was a doozy of a Super Bowl. No colder gambler out there than myself, but I told you, when it comes to Super Bowl prop bets, everything turns, everything changed. It was a phenomenal Super Bowl. What I'm going to do, and KC, feel free to chime in at any time when I run down this list of prop bets. We're going to discuss where I was wrong, where I was right.
Did you bet all of these bets, or did you just release the picks?
Bet all of these bets.
Oh, you
but
did?
the
Okay.
problem is there's some bets, there was a few where the line goes away so fast because there's got to be inside info on these prop bets. National anthem, how long it goes, stuff like that, to where Vegas only lets you bet a certain amount.
Well, because you could fudge that.
100%.
Right.
100%.
That's why your best odds are the coin toss.
Best odds are probably,
It's a straight up 50-50 bet.
Yeah, it's like doing roulette, black versus red. You're going to have to pay a little juice.
Even less than that, there's a couple greens.
Don't
forget
greens.
about those greens. Don't forget about the 0 and the double 0. So it's less than that. But yeah, it's 50-50. The national anthem, come on, man. Listen, you don't think that all it takes is who sang it this year? It wasn't Cold Cuts.
It was not Joey Cold Cuts. That is just for the happy hours. Some country singer, and I always thought that the country singer would be more delayed, maybe a little more dragged out, and the over smashed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But does the country singer's cousin go, hey, take your time?
No question.
Take your time.
Not many people
know. Can you go over? Can you take it over?
Yeah.
Somebody, are they aware of that is the question.
No question. And eventually, even with the Gatorade, you don't think the locker room guys are talking there of
it's going to be red Gatorade or whatever it is?
Yeah, stuff like that. So they limit it. So not everything you can get bets on.
Of course. They shouldn't be.
Yeah. And we did get some good ones. We got some doozies on here. Here we go. First things first. First bet that we had to get right out of the gate, okay? Patrick Mahomes to wear a white headband was at plus 600.
Wow.
Now, he usually
there you
wears...
go. But who knows? Patrick Mahomes' cousin calls him and says, throw the red headband on.
Yeah. And just like that. Now,
that's too arbitrary for me.
Red was minus 400, but when you think about headbands, you think the most common headband, shout out Roger Federer, is going to be a white headband.
Why is that?
When I think headbands, I think white. I think the most headbands have been white. When you think headbands, you don't really think red. I get that it's the Kansas City Chiefs, but it's just not something you really think about.
Look, if I'm playing on the Islanders, I'm probably going blue or orange.
Well, but which is why you
think Aaron Judge is wearing a white headband? I don't think he is. I think he's wearing a blue.
Well, but it's
gray.
Why you're able to get that at plus 600. We put the plus 600. The plus 600 smashed. The next bet that we had, and this was...
So you won that one. You
won
hit
that bet.
Okay.
Plus 600 right out of the gate, feeling really good.
Right.
Next bet was over-under 4.5 dogs to be shown on Super Bowl commercials. Now, I've bet all different types of bets before.
That had to be way over, right?
Well, I thought that betting an NBA under was one of the most unenjoyable things to do. For me, this was the most unenjoyable under you can imagine.
Waiting to see what dogs pop up. And what does that even mean? Like a close-up of a dog? Like if a dog is in the shot?
100%. Well, that's why it's tricky. And doing that, we won the bet. I took under 4.5 dogs. It hit 4.
But 4 dogs.
4 dogs. But
4 close-ups?
4 close-up dogs, but like you had one Muppet, like one puppet that somebody
Is
used.
that a dog?
That was we didn't know.
That's what I'm saying.
So you don't know if you hit the bet till
bad
after
bet.
the Super. It's a bad bet. And we won the bet, and I'm sitting here today still saying it's a bad bet. And my girlfriend prefers me not to be betting because when I'm betting, you lose me. Conversation-wise, you lose me. And I tried to not even let her know that I was betting, but during the commercials, like Hulu went out and had a dog on their commercial, everybody goes and is talking. I scream, fuck, as soon as the Hulu commercial comes out with the dog. Then people come back to the TV, they think the game's back on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're yelling at the TV because of the dog.
Yeah, it's a bad bet, and I won the bet.
The prop bets are so fun, and it's the one day of the year that you can do it. But from a gambling standpoint, what I do now, I used to bet everything. From the coin toss to I always would take the safety. Overtime was always a big one because it hadn't happened. There's a few good ones. First touchdown's always fun. Who had Gronk as the first touchdown? That
Fun bets.
That's a great bet.
Fun
But what
bets.
happens is when you make 10 bets, you end up the actual bet on the game. So what I do is I went coin toss, and then I just jammed the Bucks.
And did you? And
So
that's
I didn't
good.
fuck around with anything else. Coin
Yeah.
toss in the Bucks. And now I'm just looking at the game, and I'm watching the game, and I'm not worried about, all right, well, if he kicks a field goal. I mean, it's fun. I just wasn't up for it this year.
And nothing too. Like I took a ridiculous bet on who would Kansas City -2.5 first downs over the Bucks. So I'm calculating how many first downs the
Right.
Chiefs got compared to the Bucks, and then you don't enjoy it.
Changes the game. You need an assistant. You needed Stock
do.
Tip Dave there
Yeah,
with you.
you need a stock tip Dave here who's around there on Action Park Media. I could have brought him.
That would have been the worst idea ever.
Yeah, probably.
You keep him on Zoom.
Keep him on the Zoom. Keep him on the Zoom and have him keep track of that. But even if you have a lesser bet, even on first downs, you're still focusing on that bet.
You're spread all over the place.
Yeah.
Is the point.
Yeah. Let me ask you something, KC. And we're going to keep going to these prop bets, but me and you think alike. Maybe it's the Northeast thing. I don't know. I don't know what it is. What I wanted to ask you, I go to a Super Bowl party, okay? Now, I brought a 30 rack of Bud Light, okay? I brought a full pizza. 8 slices, full pizza, good pizza from a local pizza shop, and I brought a chocolate cake. Another guy comes in and he brings a thing of hummus. Nothing to even dip with the hummus. Throughout the party, are you kind of gauging who's bringing what?
Well, that's what happens when you got all those prop bets.
Yeah.
You just had your brain is spinning, and now you're counting. Now you're counting courses. You're counting courses.
Yeah, but aren't you a little upset? I mean, if you bring a 30 rack of pizza,
I mean, you brought a 3-course meal,
was a triple
including a
threat.
dessert. You brought a 3-course meal.
yeah,
That's generous of you. Look, you can never go wrong. You show up. You got to throw a case of beer over the shoulder.
for sure.
You're welcome to the party.
You're good.
You're good. Yeah, you know what? You want to class it up?
Yeah.
Bottle of red.
Sure.
Get a bottle of Cabernet and a Whispering Angel.
Sure, but even any type of case that you have, like you said, as long as you're coming with something over the
You just
shoulder,
don't want to walk in empty-handed.
guy walks in with the thing of hummus. So
no
me,
bread, no chips.
nothing to dip.
Was it
with.
homemade hummus?
No, it was the packaged hummus, which I think is ridiculous. Nothing to dip with
That
it.
doesn't
and,
make any sense.
Yeah, and I find myself throughout the Super Bowl party
Who's the host of the party?
gauging my buddy.
Okay. And was he aware of this? Did you?
No, because you know what? It was his girlfriend's brother. You know what? Then it comes to the point. I don't
So
want to get
maybe
him
he
upset.
thought that there was something to dip.
Maybe he thought there was something. to dip.
Maybe the girlfriend told the brother, "Hey, you just bring the hummus. I got something to dip."
Yeah, well, maybe so. Even regardless, even if he did, I mean, you gotta step it up a little bit. And I like where you're, as long as you got something over the shoulder.
Grab a
do it
case of
12.
beer.
Grab a case of beer.
By the way, what's a case of Bud Light go for these
Yeah.
days? $16, $17.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, but by the way, while we're on the, I mean, you probably know because this Action Park Media Bar, we talked about it on the Patreon episode. I hang here all day. I mean, the amenities that you have here, and you probably don't give a shit what I think about the amenities.
I can't. No, I want you to like them.
I love the amenities because it's a great assortment between you got some healthy stuff on there if I'm having a healthy
That's
day.
Sophie Julia has added the. So that's new.
The-
That's
the-
2021. The
the
healthy.
healthy stuff,
There's no skinny pop in 2020, bro.
She's been phenomenal. The Skinny Pop is only 100 calories.
100 calories, and you're eating popcorn.
But yeah, me and Pookie were in the back. We're just watching podcasts go down, eating popcorn the entire day.
Pookie is not afraid of skinny pop. He
Yeah,
is
but
not
Pookie
afraid.
was eating the Skinny Pop right with me.
He
I
loves
came in
Skinny
with
Pop.
2 bags. He thought that I was getting a bag for him.
Right.
It was 2 bags for me, so then I had to give him the
Split
skinny.
it. Well, obviously, he thinks you're bringing one. Yeah.
Understandable.
Well, we have a good. Here's the problem: we don't have an ice machine. So you got the refrigerator, but you got to go to the gas station. You go to 76 and you get some ice. That's what I'll be doing for the happy hour.
Yeah. You wouldn't get a complaint from me about that. Even if I wanted to complain about the ice machine, I probably wouldn't complain about the ice machine. Here's what I will complain about. Now, the next bet that we hit, The Weeknd, first song of the halftime show to be Starboy at plus 350. Now, what I thought The Weeknd would do is exactly what he did, is stick to his roots of Starboy. It's a song, up-and-coming song for one that really popped. A lot of times with these Super Bowl, they try and surprise you and hit you with something, that you're not expected. I thought he would stick true to his roots, and he did. But what I will say, subpar halftime show.
Listen, last year, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira just did things that I didn't think were possible at a
question.
At a
I thought
halftime.
they were phenomenal.
I think it's the best one that I've seen, certainly in recent memory. But also too with COVID, I mean, I think the energy it means a lot, right?
Fair.
So you got COVID, you're strapped in a little bit, I mean, I like The Weeknd,
But even, I mean, when you're doing that, I mean, that is the throne of performances to where you have your pick of the litter of who you want to bring on. Look at J-Lo bringing on Shakira. You could go any way with it.
Right.
It's like Joe Rogan rolling out 100, podcasts and not having a single guest.
Right.
He's got his pick.
He can have whoever he wants.
Yeah, he can pick whoever he wants. And look, you know what? We hit on that bet, but I will say, I thought it was a subpar halftime show.
I would agree. I just think that there's other things that factored in that maybe give Weeknd the pass on that one.
Fair.
But that said, I again, The Weeknd, I don't know. I feel like they could have done better. Let's get somebody new in there.
Yeah. Or you know what? Bring somebody on. You can't go wrong. You could pick anybody. Even Jay-Z brings out Kanye West.
Like a star-making. It's a star-making stage. Right?
Star-making stage. You could bring anybody. KC.
Ricky Martin. A little young for you.
Yeah, well, I know Ricky Martin.
But, Ricky Martin, Pookie, am I right about this? Stop me if I'm wrong. He did nobody knew who he was. He came out on some show, MTV Awards, the Grammys, whatever it was, and he put on, everybody was like, who is this fucking guy? This is crazy.
Yeah.
And his life changed instantly at the Grammys or whatever it was.
Right.
Get somebody out there for the Super Bowl. Let's discover some new talent.
No question about it. It's a big look. It's a bit of a gamble.
Well, not if you have a big headliner, right? If The Weeknd brings out somebody, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, shuffle around a little bit, and Pookie, if he's wrong, let us know. We don't mind fact checking Connolly here. I mean, but that's the bottom line. Bring some other people on.
Let's make a star out of somebody on that stage.
There we go.
A lot of eyeballs.
Yeah. Now here's a big one, Connolly. Okay, here's a big one. Let me ask you something. If I said to you, I thought this was a no-brainer, and I lost this one. Over under 1.5 times that Giselle Brady is shown on the TV screen. What are you hammering?
It feels like a sucker bet, right? Because you feel like, of course, they're going to show her more than that.
Gotta be.
Did they?
No, one time.
Right.
If that.
If that, because who knows where she is?
Well,
she moves around a lot. She's got the kids. She might be tough to track down.
The problem is, too, is the Bradys. I mean, it's amazing to me how they even passed COVID regulations. They brought the whole family into the box to where I didn't know boxes fit this many
But
people.
at that point, the Super Bowl's over, right? So if you get COVID, it's not great, but, it's not going to jeopardize the season or a game.
True. It was almost like he renovated this box. Like they knocked the wall in between the two suites, the two boxes. He must have had 50 some odd people. If the Islanders could fit 50 people in a box, I think all of the Connollys are going to show up, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. We would, look, the box is, and look, he's probably got that in his contract. I mean, God only knows.
Right.
I'm guessing him coming to Tampa, it's like, look, Tom, you come here and then basically do whatever the fuck you want.
We're going to give you this type of box.
Whatever you want. You got a box for every game. He's for sure got a box for every game, and then for the Super Bowl, they just open the ropes, whatever he wants.
As soon as they showed his box for that bet, for that in particular prop bet, I knew that I was in trouble because you couldn't even find there. It was like a game of Where's Waldo.
Right.
You just couldn't find too many people.
But I feel like that bet has gone under before.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Right.
sure. Even like they've had it, if presidents go to the Super Bowl, they do that.
Right.
Rob Kraft, there's always an over under how many times Rob
Yes,
Kraft is going to.
Kraft.
Now, in the Brady's box, okay, I got a feeling that you've sit in a lot of boxes throughout your
Sat in
day.
a couple boxes.
Just a couple good boxes, big
Couple
time
good bo- Yeah, a
boxes.
couple big time boxes.
With the big time people like that, the Brady's, is it the regular box sweet food, the chicken fingers and all of that, or do you think they up the ante to where you roll out the sushi and different stuff of that
They
sort?
roll out the sushi for the Super Bowl.
You do think so?
For sure.
And what about a regular season game? Big time person contributes a lot. Are they rolling out just all finger foods?
Just everything on the menu, sushi included. The question is, what kind of booze do they put out there? I went to see, I think I saw Paul McCartney at the Staples Center, and Bill Clinton was in the box with Secret Service.
Finger food?
There's some finger foods. There was mainly finger foods. He didn't seem too concerned about that, but he did know every word to every Beatles song. We'll say that about Big Bill.
Do you walk over to Bill? Do you say anything to him?
No, you don't. What are you gonna say?
Yeah.
What are you gonna say? How you doing?
Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill, nice to meet you, man. You big bang up job for 8 years. A lot of heat. I dialed up the heat on you. You
All
look
right.
good. You
Well,
look good.
you know what? Speaking of dialing up the heat, let's bring on the young man himself.
Let's bring him on.
We got a loaded arsenal here at Action Park Media.
Let's bring him.
We might as well bring in the Jersey native. Are you ready for
Let's
him?
get him.
Now he's just been running you through the ringer, and
A
that
lot of questions.
lot of
Lot
questions.
of contract questions.
I mean, and you would think after the contract is signed that the questions would stop. They have not stopped whatsoever.
Do you get the questions, or are they
All
coming
day,
directly to me?
all day. A lot of times people don't know. Me and Jerry talk all day, every day.
I think it's a FOMO thing. He's far away.
Yeah.
So he feels a little bit out of the loop.
I agree. He even sent me a screenshot that he sent you at 6:30 in the morning because he still has no regard for the East Coast West Coast things. And at 6:30 in the morning,
I happen to be up playing golf this morning.
When did you get the one where he said, "Do you believe in me"?
Yeah.
Did you get the "Do you believe
I've
in
gotten
me"?
different variations of that
Through
I've
the
gotten a
Jersey
few
Jerry text?
through this heavy-handed contract negotiation.
Well, let's go ahead.
Let's get him
Let's bring him in. Here he is, the young man himself, Gerard Gilfone. Gerard Gilfone, are you with us? Gerard,
Bob?
there he is,
He's here.
ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
There is our guy, Jersey Jerry. Jerry, me and Connolly here, your new boss, and what I want to do is, I gotta throw you right on the hot seat. Okay, Jesus, Jerry, I feel like I'm talking to the Mandalorian. Would you take the glasses
He looks
off?
like Alexander Ovechkin.
It's-
You look
yeah.
like Alexander Ovechkin, bro.
Jared, it's scaring the shit out of us. All right, can I put you on the hot seat now?
Yeah, go ahead, Bob.
All right, now, Jared, I never thought, and I still don't, and that's what I love about you, that Jersey Jerry's fame would never get to him. The signing with Action Park Media, as stressful as the contract situation has been for Connolly, what I will say and call you out on for, not only a week after you've been signed by Connolly, you always did your grocery shopping at Stu Leonard's. I FaceTime you the other day. Within a week, you're now doing your grocery shopping at Whole Foods.
Wow.
Did the contract get to you, Jerry Don?
Well, I mean, of course. Well, why wouldn't it? You add on a significant amount of money to my income that I have now at my other job, and now, it's like I'm at the top now. You know what I mean? I'm top dog now, Bob.
Whole Foods.
I mean, it's unbelievable. He always
What is that tax? That tax on what? $50 onto your grocery?
At least. And Jerry Don is not a Whole Foods guy, and I love Jerry Don for not being a Whole Foods guy. I'm not a Whole Foods guy, Jerry Don.
What about
Well, listen.
Sprouts?
Sprouts is better because Sprouts is taken back a little bit. It's not that Whole Foods thing. And like the thing that I have with the Whole Foods, some of their stuff, is great. But if something is packaged in Whole Foods packaging compared to a Stu Leonard's packaging, it could be the same chicken breast. You're mentally going to think that chicken breast from Whole Foods is better because it has the Whole Foods packaging. Am I wrong, Jerry Don?
No. Well, you know what, Bob? It sounds like to me that maybe you're just a little bit jealous that I'm at Whole Foods now, and you can't go there, Bob. Maybe that's why.
No, not true.
Oh,
Don,
wow.
Don, I could go to Whole Foods, but I
saying.
do go to Whole Foods, but I'm just saying, Don, you seem like a guy that would stay true to Stu Leonard's.
I am true to Stu's. I am. You know what I mean? I got their merch. They gave me their merch. But I'm getting bigger now, and the world's got to see that, and my family's got to see that as well. You know, like I said before, I'm top dog now, Bob.
You got that right, Jerry Don.
Everybody's
what I
eating.
mean?
Everybody's eating.
Everybody's eating. Now, Connolly, in regards to the contract, okay, the contract's already been done. Are you still getting stress?
We
from...
docu-signed today. Did we not? Jerry Don.
we docu-signed, correct.
And
yes.
is that where it ends? Have the questions stopped there? Or are we
I
still...
just don't know what else to do. The contract it was always official.
Well, yeah, it was always official, and I think it was also always direct deposit.
There's also, too, there's been a little, what was your actual start date? We're here today. We'll call it Valentine's Day. Are you February 1?
Yeah, effective February 1st. That's what I'm not going to say his name, but that was the lawyer said.
I did see that in the contract today. It's interesting. So maybe you got a 2-week paid vacation.
Come on, Kev. You can dish it out like that.
Yeah, we can dish it out.
Now, another thing that concerns me, and I already know because me and Jerry have been friends for a long time, Jerry Don has not been able to fully figure out the East Coast, West Coast type thing. So you will be getting the 6:30 in the morning text messages. Jerry Don's up early over there on the East Coast, blue-collar guy.
I'm up early, too.
But are you up Jerry Don early to where when we take it over to the West Coast?
I'm up at 6.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm ready to talk contracts at 6. I'm still banging out the cobwebs usually at that hour. I don't really like to try to talk business till 8:39, which is like I called Jerry the other day and I caught him just before he was going to lunch, which is a good Jerry, I think that's a good time for us to talk business. You're winding into your lunch. I'm starting my day.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
I
Jerry
agree.
also today wanted to know, as an employee of Action Park, he wanted to know about studio access, exactly what his studio access was. I said, look, you're a member of the family. You know, it's your studio. You just got to make sure that nobody else is in there. We have other family members, and you got to book your time. But, buddy, this is your home away from home.
Well, the reason I asked, Kev, is because, I asked you today, what do I have free roam of the studio is because now, say I go out there for a week or so and, obviously you're not going to take me into your place. Do I got like a place to just crash? You know what I mean?
You know what? I would say the one thing about the studio that we don't have, and it may be good, maybe bad, we don't have a shower. Because if we had a shower, this would be you could crash here. I would prefer that. That might be a bit of an insurance thing.
And well, by the way, great place to watch a game. By the way,
yeah.
too.
By the way, comfortable furniture, and at
Great
night,
furniture.
it's like a loft. It's like a New York City loft that would cost you $1 million a month in Manhattan.
And that's why I took the night shift. And Jerry Don, I'm telling you, we talked about it a little earlier. The amenities you're going to get here, Don, is unbelievable. Fridge is always stocked. There's food always
Whole
going.
Foods, bro. Skinny Pop. Do you like Skinny Pop or do you like Jiffy?
I like Skinny Pop popcorn. Hey, listen, Kev, I could build you a shower over there if need be.
Listen, that would be the one thing, the shower, because, there's times where, it really is a nice place. The one thing that you would have to have is the shower.
Yeah, but how many podcast studios have a shower? I'm not going to get upset about the shower. It'd be nice to have a shower.
By the way, it'd be nice to have hot water. We don't have that either.
We don't have hot water?
No, we don't have hot water.
Well, yeah, the hot water I'll complain about.
Listen, 1.5 years, nobody's even known that we don't have hot water.
I had no idea. Boy, and now I'm going to pay attention to it. Now, me and Jerry have, without question, been stirring the pot right out of the gate. You got Jerry texting you at 6:30 in the morning about contract situations. I stirred the pot the other day. If you could tell the folks, and it was told on Victory, the podcast, which is the Entourage podcast you have here that's popping off. If you could tell the folks how I stirred the pot the other day.
Well, so, and this is also, too, for you. By the way, Jerry, good vape pen. Jerry and I are vapors. We have that in common.
Yeah,
I'm going to turn you on to some good vapes. I'm going to turn you
We
on to
got a
some
lot
good-
more in common than you think, Kev.
I agree. So, Jerry Guilfone, Robbie Berger, your job here at Action Park, your podcast, but content, on-camera content. Go get me videos, content, more content. So Robbie calls. He's excited. He's coming. He's going to have tons of content because he's got Dylan at Torrey Pines. He's got Dylan at Torrey Pines. That's a content.
And for those of you who don't know Kevin Dillon, that's Johnny Drama
Right.
from Entourage.
Big golf guy. and he appreciates a good golf course,
It's great.
and you get him on Torrey Pines and he's in a good mood, it's a content haven. So at first I'm excited, and he says, yeah, we're teeing off. I said, when? He said, at 10:30. I said, this morning? Yeah. Well, that's impossible because we're doing Dice Clay at 5 o'clock, and Dylan ain't going to make it from San Diego, Bobby. So you gotta drop the hammer on it. You and Cuts, whatever. Send him back. Say whatever it is that you got to say. Dylan was devastated. And he also denies that he said skedaddle. Did he say that he was skedaddle?
Kolkata mentioned that he said skedaddle, which is something.
But it sounds like something Kevin would say. I'm going to drive, and after 9 holes, I may skedaddle.
Could you do what you did on the podcast, which is hysterical, me picking up the phone to tell you that we got Dylan coming out to Torrey Pines?
Ev, you're going to love this. We're going to have so much. The camera's never going to not be rolling. I'm gonna have so much content at Dylan. I think it's gonna be great. We got Cutsy. He's coming. He took the day off at the peninsula. Sherry's gonna zoom in. I'm gonna come back with hours of footage. I'm like, great, not today. Set it up for fucking next week. Like in one day, and Dylan's like, bro, I would have made it back here, no problem. I'm like, dude, it took you an hour and a half. He was still late coming from Malibu. It took him an hour and a half to get here.
And by the way, there was no chance. Torrey Pines from where he is was 3 hours away.
Bro.
He had absolutely no shot.
It's rush hour traffic that you guys stick me in every day. That's what he said.
He was going to try and play 9 holes.
He played 2 holes, and he still would have been late.
But that's the opportunities that we're going to have here. I mean, the people we're going to be able to get out with golf. You put Jerry Don and Kevin Dillon out there on a golf course. Jerry Don and Johnny Drama.
We got to get Jerry Don out here. We do got to get you out here, Jerry.
Jerry, we want to... Go ahead, Jerry.
No, I was just, I'm just sitting here and thinking, I'm a member of Action Park now. And,
yes, you are.
I just wanted to ask Kevin, not to get off topic, I think it will be an electric factor when I get out there, and I hope to do so soon. But I just wanted to know, just for me, just for my personal, knowledge, are you all in here with Action Park? Is this your biggest investment? Would you say this is do or die?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I would say do or die, but there's a very serious opportunity here.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I first started it, I didn't anticipate. I listen, not to say that it hasn't been hard work, because it has been a lot, tons and tons of hard work. But it went from, wow, this is a cool idea, something I wanted to do for a while, to go seeing its true potential, and you go, oh wow, okay, this is better than a season on SVU. Whatever, Law and Order, SVU. You know what I mean? It's not to take anything away from that, but I'm saying, acting jobs come and go. This is a unique opportunity that we've put ourselves in a position to succeed here in a big way. So, yeah, I'm all in. Don.
Now, like you were even saying, me and you have even spoken about it to where I think you knew it was going to pop and you had the right game plan. I don't think you even knew that it was going to pop as fast as it popped.
Well, you got to understand, we launched our shows on January 8th, and then, 8 weeks later, COVID.
Right.
2 riots. We've boarded this place
area
up and stripped it down twice. COVID. I mean, a lot has happened in a year, and we've still done really well. So, hoping 2021 opens up a little bit for everybody. I mean, even for you guys, Jerry. I don't know what it's like back there, but Bobby and Sophie Julia, it's tough for them to get out and get the content because there really isn't anything to do. You're lucky you have golf. You're lucky you have golf. Sophie Julia, she's stranded out here at Action Park.
100%. Now, let me change gears a little bit, okay? We talked about Jerry Don going to Whole Foods, okay, right out of the gate after signing the contract. Let me ask you something, Casey, okay? Entourage Pops, okay? Take me to the Entourage. Entourage Pops. What's the first thing you splurged on? Islander season tickets?
No, because I was in L.A.
Yes, true.
I was very far. It'd be tough to commute to that game.
Tough commute.
No, it wasn't that I splurged on it, but I mean, I bought a house because I needed a house. I needed a place to live.
After season 1, you bought the house.
No, it was like season 3 or something. But I again, it's not splurging. It was an investment that I wanted to make. I just always wanted to have something to show for it, because a lot of times you get on it, guys get on shows and. You turn around and you're like, looking at the funds like getting a little bit low, and you don't have anything to show for it, and I wanted to, so it was important to me. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and it was a nice apartment. It was a nice place, but I wanted to kind of. It was important. It was almost like psychological. I needed to set up shop in an adult house, so that was what I did.
Jerry Dunn, let me take it over to you. Say the Brilliantly Dumb Show just takes the fuck off, okay? Joe Rogan type stratosphere. What's the first thing Jerry Dunn is doing besides the chicken breast you were buying from Whole Foods?
That's tough. I would say most likely, I'd say a Mountain Dew vending machine, Baja Blast version.
But as an investment?
What?
I thought no. I was
you
just
what,
thinking
for the
maybe
living room?
Yeah, put in the living room, like you press a button and the Baja Blast comes down.
Yeah.
Oh, for an investment?
Investment, but like, adult stuff. Do you want to get a 401k? Well, you know what? Well, Jerry Dunn's got all that stuff taken care of, right?
Jerry Dunn.
Let's not get it
tell
twisted.
You something, Jerry Dunn. That hard work pays off for Jerry Dunn.
Well,
no
it
question about
matters. Medical insurance and, all that kind of stuff, man. He rolls his sleeves up and he gets dirty, but at the end of the day.
The beauty of it, Casey, is that what Jerry Dunn has done is he was always going to buy his mom a house, Miss Gilphone, and you've had a couple.
Love Miss Gilphone.
You gotta love Miss Gilphone. She's the best. His goal is to buy Miss Gilphone a house, so he's going to buy Miss Gilphone a house. However, Miss Gilphone thinks that he's freelance for she does not know he's getting paid, because if she does,
she can jack up the rent.
She's going to ask for a bigger house.
Right. So, I don't know, you guys are too young to remember Unhappily Ever After. I did a sitcom on the WB network many, many years ago. Obviously, different than Entourage, live audience. It was a little silly. It's like Married with Children.
Yeah.
But I did 100 episodes, and, with that money, I was able to buy a house for my mom. And now it wasn't anything extravagant, but, my mom didn't have anywhere to live, and I was able to get her a house and set up with a little pool.
Which has got to feel phenomenal.
It's an amazing feeling. So I like where your priorities are, Jared, and you owe your mom. You gotta take care of your mom.
But will you be able to keep it if Miss Gilphone calls and says, "Is my son getting paid?" Will you be able to sweep that under the rug, because he doesn't want her to know?
Well, what's the company
Kevin,
line?
no.
What's the company line that we're giving you a tester deal? Like, see where you're at.
What was the line you used, Jerry Dunn?
I said if he could refrain from any contract talks with my mom, because the contract is between me and Action Park Media and Kevin, not me, Kevin, and my mom.
Yeah, it's private stuff. Yeah.
Very private.
I love Miss
Very,
Phone,
very
but she's
private.
not entitled to that contract.
No, she's not. And I told her, I said, listen, she knows. She was like, well, Kevin Connolly's got to be paying you, right? I said, listen, it's just like, I'm doing this. Maybe down the line he'll pay me. I don't know. But she's like, listen, if he pays you, you got to let me know these things. And I'm like, yeah, I'll let you know. But the problem is, if I do let her know, then I'm going to start getting attacked even more than I am already. You know what I mean?
Do you think she jacks up the rent on you?
Well, I don't pay rent here.
Right. So you can't jack up the rent if you're not paying rent.
Exactly.
It was like, you can't have the rights to see in the funny papers if you don't have.
You can't
see in
retain the rights if you never had the rights.
Right.
We have a credit. Jerry, Robbie and I were talking a little bit before the air. And again, now that we're signed on the dotted line, now I have a couple questions.
Yes.
I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking podcast-wise? Like I said, we all agreed that we weren't going to rush. We were going to make sure that it's the right podcast, right? You're gonna headline it. Robbie and I will be here to be on there with you and help you launch or whatever you need. We're behind you 100%.
100%.
What are you thinking?
So what I was thinking is this now, and Robbie could back me up here. And Robbie, I've been friends with a while, and he's never told a lie to me. I've never told a lie to him. Kevin, it's not a joke when I say I'm one of the best gamblers on the East Coast.
Fact.
There's times where I've went, out of 25 bets, I can guarantee you I've never lost probably four of those bets. You know what I mean? I'm that good. So what I want to do is probably a gambling type of podcast, but I want to twist with it also. I want to get involved in talking about stocks.
There we go. So you're gonna have Jersey Jerry getting into the stock market game. But Connolly, you told us you wanted big things out of us this year.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
we're giving you big things.
That's the well. Listen, if you really, so are you 75%
On his
Like,
bets?
On his bets?
No question. And he's given bets, too, that there'll be underdogs,
You
too.
You did call the Bucks, right? He
Yeah,
did pick
he
the Bucks.
gives you underdog bet. He's not just having you hammer, minus 250 bets. Jerry Don could play with the big dogs. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and listen, listen, see the reason why I win money. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not the type of guy to go win $500, $1,000. That's just not who I am. I don't care about $500. I don't care about $1,000. I'm the type of guy who, if I love something and I love it, yes, I'll hammer it, which I often do. But I'm a big parlay guy. I love the odds on parlays. I love to see that $10,000, $20,000 payout.
Hence why he recommended he did a $175 Super Bowl bet. Okay, parlay, $175 bet to win like $85,000. That just had no shot to hit.
No
It's like
shot.
no shot.
But it looks better on the board.
Looks
right?
better
You
on the
gotta play
board.
The long shot.
And
Yeah.
it gives you something to keep rooting for you. It gives you that
Exactly.
that big reward. So
And what did I say on the podcast? People wanted a lock. You know what I mean? They wanted a lock, and I said the easiest lock is the Bucks. And don't take the points +3. Take the money line, because that's what it is. You know what I mean?
So stupid. I should have took the money line, especially at 3. Like I don't know what I was thinking. when I did that.
Well, the problem is people don't do research, Kevin. Now, I've done research, and Bobby knows I do research. Now, for people who don't know, Andy Reid's son, a couple days before the Super Bowl,
I saw that. Yeah.
he got into a pretty bad accident, and that's got to mess with Andy's head. And you seen Andy Reid on that field. He was mentally not there. He was shell-shocked.
I was thinking that maybe they rally around him. Believe me, I thought about that. I thought it looked like a sucker's bet to me. How do you not take KC at 3 points? It felt like a sucker's bet. That's why I took the Bucks. But do you rally around him? And the old lineman got hurt.
The thing I think about too, though, we think we know this stuff. Vegas always knows. Vegas knows
know
the
something.
same shit that we know, if not more. Vegas always knows.
Right.
So I think they're always taking this shit to account. All of that stuff.
Did you guys hear what happened here? We were doing we're sitting here one day. I don't know if you were here, Robbie, but I own Gold Sports Cafe. It's a sports bar down the
this is
street.
great.
And the bartender skipped town and he stuck the local bookie for some money, and the bookie showed up here, Don.
Oh, wow.
The bookie showed up
Don,
here.
anything goes down at Action Park.
The bookie shows up here.
I
Now,
just have a quick question.
Sure.
Sorry, Kevin. Quick question. Now, we're partners now.
right.
Now, I know I don't want to seem like a guy who, is looking for everything for free. But if I go to California, I go hang out at the sports bar, is a meal getting comped?
Yes.
Or...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you eat
right.
for free at Goal.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, Jerry, if you saw the snack bar that he's got here, you
No,
would
he's talking
know,
about Goal.
No, but
Oh,
if you saw the snack bar here, you would know that your meal is going to be comped at Gold just from seeing the snack bar. I thought the same thing too, Jerry. Don.
The bookie shows up. I don't know what his temperature is. So I go grab him outside to see like what he wants, basically. Like, what are you doing here? What, you think I'm gonna pay this guy's bets? No chance. Long story short, dare I say, we hit it off. He was a nice guy. The bookie and I hit it off. So I called him on Sunday. I said, "Hey, I know this is weird, but can I fire?"
Get the fuck
Can I
out.
fire? He said, "Absolutely."
So what, you're going to have him working
He
at
picked up a client. No, I wanted to bet. No, he asked. He said, "Hey, he's a bartender." He said, "Hey, can I have a job at Goal?" I said, "No, we can't have a bookie working at a sports bar. The feds will come in and shut us down." But pretty ballsy of him to show up here, looking for his money.
Worked out. He's got another customer.
Another client. He got
Shit,
another client.
folks. Anything goes here at Action Park Media, week in, week out. Again, I said, Connolly, it's just great to be able to just call you right in out of the bullpen. Have you just strap it on. Come on the mic. Come on the airwaves. Week in, week out. We're going to be delivering for you folks forever and always. We're headed over to happy hour now. The good times just keep rolling.
Before we do that, last thing. Now Jerry Don.
Yeah.
Are these the broad strokes of a podcast, or do you have something down on paper? Do you have a?
He's not convinced yet, Jerry.
No, I mean, I think. By the way, I think it sounds like a great idea, and more importantly, we don't have anything like that at Action Park. I guess the question is: are you spitballing, or is something starting to frame itself out?
No, something's definitely starting to frame itself out. Now, Bobby could attest to it. I'm not like a pen and paper type of guy. I just go with it. If I like, and listen, there's been plenty of times where me and Bobby have
not a pen and paper type.
Well, no, there's been plenty of times where, me and Bobby have discussed certain things, certain topics, and Bobby off the bat is like, Jerry, no way. That is crazy. No, we're not doing that. And then, down the line, I convince Bob we do something and it takes off.
It takes off. Okay, so we're looking at a show with like parlays. I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
right? It's better than like jam the fucking Lakers tonight, right? Like parlay.
This is what I want to do, Kev. Listen, like I'm a type of guy who like I'm not going to have some serious gambling podcast. It's not going to be serious. It's going to be picks for sure, 100%. And with the stock market thing too, it's not going to be all strict and serious. I'm out here to have a good time. I'm out here to put on a show. I'm out here to make people money. That's just what I want to do.
All right. I like it.
And I think it could be a hit.
There he goes.
Listen, I need it to be a hit.
Yeah.
I'm behind you. I'm behind you. I want it to be a hit as bad as you want it to be a hit.
Well, yeah, Kev, I mean, because if you look at it right now, I mean, how does this work? Oh no, you're in debt to me because you paid me, so you need your money back, right?
Yeah, that's an interesting way of wording it. I don't know that I'm in debt. No, I hear what you're saying.
No.
I rolled the dice on you. I parlayed you. I parlayed you and Robbie Berger.
Yeah, what I'm saying is though, like I'm an like totally, you're investing in me.
Correct.
So I need to put on a good show for you to recoup those funds. You know what I mean?
You need to pay out. Parlay you,
exactly.
Cold cuts. And Rigatoni, who knew? By the way, great cast of characters.
Rigatoni's fucking star. We're gonna
Jerry, you joining us on the happy hour?
Yeah, 8 minutes.
He's got the national anthem tonight.
Are you gonna do the anthem tonight? All right.
Jerry Don's got the national anthem tonight.
Let's hear
it's gonna be a doozy. We're gonna head on over there. Let's fire up some drinks.
Let's do it.
Let's have some fun out here, ladies and gentlemen, forever and always. We appreciate you joining us here on the Brilliant Dumb Show. Gerard Guy Gilfone, Kevin Connolly, and myself. We will see you next week.